One time back in the 70s, I took my truck down to the mechanic, and he looks at it, he says, "I think it's your transmission, Homer." And he says, "I can't fix that while you wait." I said, "Well, that's okay, I'll just walk home." So I took off walking, and I stopped there at Ace Hardware, Kilgore Ace Hardware, and I bought me a can of paint and a bucket. Then I walked on down Broadway a little further, and there's a feed store there. I went in, and I bought 2 chickens and a goose. And I got outside, and I realized I couldn't carry all that stuff. About that time, this little old lady came up to me, and she says, "I'm lost, could you help me?" And I said, "Well, where do you live at?" And she gave me an address on Columbus Drive. I said, "Yeah." I said, "In fact, that's very close to my house." I said, I could walk you there, but I can't carry all this stuff, so I'm having a little bit of a problem." She says, "Well, why don't you put the can of paint in the bucket, put a chicken under each arm, and carry the goose in the other hand?" And I said, "Hey, that works. Okay, well, I'll go ahead and walk you home." So we took off walking, and we got to this one. There's a field there that was overgrown, had a trail through it. I always used it as a shortcut. So I told her, I said, "Here's my shortcut." I said, "If we go through there, I'll have you home in no time." She looked at me kind of suspicious, and she says, "Well, how do I know that you won't get me in there and have your way with me? I'm an old, lonely widow." And I looked at her, I said, "For Christ's sakes, lady, I'm carrying 2 chickens, a can of paint, a bucket, and a goose. How am I going to do that?" She says, "Well, you could put the goose down on the ground, put the bucket over him, set the can of paint down on top of that to hold him down, and I'll hold the chickens." My name's Homer Knott from 6 Mile Creek in Tampa, Florida. If you like my jokes and stories, click like and subscribe.